Hello everyone, this is Jim Nix, and in this video I'll be demonstrating Luminar by MacFun. It's an incredibly capable and versatile photo editor that lets you edit and adjust any type of photo from portraits to landscapes and everything in between. I'll give you a tour of the product in this video as well as demonstrate how I would edit both a portrait and a landscape photo. This is the user interface for Luminar. You've got a number of items you can access across the top, and you've got some common tools down the right hand side. In this panel, you have the histogram, the layers palette, and the filters area where you can add or remove filters, and as well as create presets that you can use on your photos. I'm going to close the histogram and the layers palette, and I'm going to go straight into presets, which is right here. Now, there are a number of presets and different categories built into Luminar. I'm going to use the portrait category to show you some of the different options here. There's a lot of presets built in, as I said, and the beauty is you can just click on each one and it'll give you a preview of that preset on your image. As you can see here, there's also an opacity slider, so you can drag this slider to the left to reduce the intensity of that preset on your photo. And these items here are the filters that are built into that preset, and they are adjusted by the percentage corresponding to the slider adjustments you make here. So this is a black and white preset at 100%, but if you take it down to say about 50%, you can see it's basically become a desaturated image. So you have a lot of flexibility in terms of how you do things. I like this enhanced portrait preset, so I'm going to close the preset menu and go into that. Now the first thing I may do to this photo is use the crop tool, which is right here. I want to focus in on the model and reduce some of the distraction in the background. You can quickly and easily make the crop, which I've just done. And now I would come in here and I just think I would make some adjustments to the tones and the exposure. I want to take down some of the brightness of that sky in the background. I want to increase the vignette, draw a little more attention to the model. I've done that already. It's been very quick to make these adjustments, but I like to add another filter. So even though I'm in a preset, you can make adjustments and you can go add more filters. And the filter I want to add is saturation and vibrance. And that's because I think these colors are too intense. Her skin looks a little too pink and red. So I want to reduce the saturation and the vibrance. And there you go. I've quickly done that. And that's how I would edit this photo. One more thing I would do, however, is come in here with the eraser tool. And if you take a look, there is a blemish here on her skin. I can quickly just come in here. I could zoom in a little bit and just click on that once and then click erase. And that will remove that spot, and then you can just click apply, and it will go back and make that adjustment to your photo. And there you go. In just a couple of moments, I've taken a very bright, perhaps overly saturated image of this young lady in the forest and turned it into a moody, less saturated, and a cropped and more heavily vignetted version of the same photo. So that's the first photo. The second one is a landscape. Let me bring that up. Now, the same thing applies here. You can use any of the tools and the filters or the presets. There are a number of presets here, and this is the outdoor category. So you can just click through these and see what you like about them and go in and then make adjustments just like we did on that previous image. So I've just applied that preset. However, let's say I want to clear that and start over and build my own. I can just go there and say clear, and the preset's gone and all the filters that correspond to that preset are gone as well. Let's say I want to build all my own filters in terms of how I want to edit this photo. So I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to start taking the filters that I think I will use. So I'll click on color temperature. I'll take golden hour. I'll take the polarizing filter. And I'll take saturation and vibrance. And I'll take tone. And then I think I'll go back and get HSL, which is short for hue, saturation, and luminance. So just going through these, what I want to do is, as you can see, this image, it was shot at sunset. It was very colorful and very golden hour and very beautiful, but a lot of the intensity of that sunset and the color is gone. So I'm going to bring that back. I'm going to bring the saturation and temperature and vibrance up a bit. I'm going to move that, maybe a little bit like that. I'm going to move the golden hour filter and bump that one up, maybe not that far, maybe something like that. Polarizing will allow me to reduce the intensity of the glare in the sky, so I want to move that up a little bit. I'm going to bump up saturation and vibrance a little ways, just to give that a little more pop. And with exposure, I want to drop the exposure a little bit. I'm still trying to control some of the brighter tones in the sky. So I'm going to take the whites, the highlights, and smart tone down just to get those under control. And then maybe I want to bump up some of the intensity of that yellow-orange color. And let's say it's too green. I just take the green color down to reduce that. I could also go over here to the luminance and reduce the green luminance just to darken that green patch of grass. And perhaps I want to bring a little bit more blue back into the sky. And there you go. Let me show you the before and after. You can see that the before is pretty washed out. A lot of the color is lost. And the after is much more vivid and vibrant and much more representative of how the sky looked when I shot that sunset. And that's really it, my friends. That's a quick tour of Luminar, editing both a portrait photo and a landscape and bringing back a lot of the sort of the drama and the beauty of these photos as witnessed when they were photographed. But here you are in Luminar, quickly and effortlessly really being able to make these adjustments and come up with a winning photo. And that's how it works, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your time, and let us know if you have any questions.